Sydney. Maybe the most iconic city of the country. The favorite city of Soraya, and I must say I also got really fond of it. We were not sure what to include in this video or even where to start. We were there for 2.5 weeks, this beautiful harbour city. For this one it was already the 7th time or so, and for me it was the first time. Therefore we just want to take you along our little Sydney adventure. We will show you some of the very touristic places, some less touristic, and even activities that we have done like a local. We will take you along to some of the places we enjoyed eating. We hope you enjoyed the video and that will give you travel inspiration, whether it's your first or your 7th time in this amazing city. We are Soraya and Kenny. We decided to take a gap year of work and are now traveling full time around the world. It's a crazy adventure and we want to take you along with us. Showing the most amazing beaches, eating around the world, learning about new cultures, discovering the natural wonders, searching for animals in the wild, doing some fun activities and much more. Welcome to the channel that makes you glow while traveling. We arrived in Sydney. So, the first street in Sydney.
Good boy. My favorite place. Yeah. Doughy, crispy, but not too much. And I just serve with cinnamon, my favorite.
After arriving from Perth, we drop our stuff at our hostel, went straight for Soraya's favorite place and see the most iconic place.
Walking down the street.
Okay, so first time seeing the Opera House live for me. Curious. There it is. So famous, so much seen it on the television, especially from the Olympic Games at 2000 when it was here in Sydney. It's now seeing it for the first time with my own eyes in real life.
Wasn't trying to get my numbers up. You know I keep it cool. I prefer to stay in the cut. Don't want no attention on me when I'm trying to shake the blues up off me. But then I saw your face. It caused my heart to race.
We had dinner at a really cool place. Soraya started with something that I really don't like. But hey, to each its own.
What I'm supposed to do, something told me got time to lose. Go ahead and bust a move. Funny thing about love.
One eternity later.
So you gotta keep your heart exposed, and you can be sure there's no cause and no cure. And if it wants you, oh, it'll come and find you. Fall back just a little. Don't wanna lead you on. Don't wanna push a feeling and make the feeling go. You see, I got your number, but still I ain't used the phone. No, I let it breathe for a minute, baby. Next thing I know, you call.
Time to explore Sydney.
Fancy life of a traveler. Or as we call it, budget days. Ooh, let's see.
For the first timers, good to know. These ones are innocent. The chicken bin. They are everywhere and pretty much harmless, except for the trash. Walking around in the city is in any case a very good idea. We did that every day. A great way to learn along the way is to do a tour, tip-based or just a regular one. Both are worth it.
One of the free things you can do in Sydney, well, actually overall in the world, but especially in Sydney, visiting one of the great parks. One of the famous is the Botanical Garden. Absolutely beautiful to see. You can see the Opera House and you can see the Harbour Bridge. But there are many parks and that amazed us. We love that you can bring your lunch or you can just relax, play a game or walk around. So on a sunny day and you're low on budget, have a walk in the park. We just finished visiting the Anzac Memorial of New South Wales here in Sydney. We absolutely recommend that visiting. It's such a peaceful and beautiful contribution, remembering those men and women that fought for our freedom and peace and still are out there. It's just yeah, we think it's a place you should visit. There are some free tours, but there are also people working, volunteers there that you can just ask some questions. But you can also just walk around by yourself to read everything. And besides that, it's situated in a really nice park just to walk around and just to relax a little bit. So yeah.
There are so many neighborhoods to explore. Of course, we just covered a couple of them. There are many more to explore. We also had our own favorites, where we'd like to return to.
QVB, Queen Victoria Building, and this place is really nice just to walk around even if you don't like shopping. It's a really nice building with some old historic details and a good place to shop or to have something to drink or eat. So don't miss this one in Sydney. Everyone knows Times Square and New York and Manhattan. But did you know that most movies, no, not most, but a couple of movies that are supposedly to be in New York or Manhattan are actually filmed here in Sydney? One of them, I will give you a hint, is this one. Let us know your guesses in the comments. One of the cool things in Sydney is that you can do a lot by foot and discover the town by yourself. So we're going to do a self-guided tour in the rocks. We will leave the link somewhere in the description below, and we will take you along. And of course it's free, so it's good for the budget. So this here is the oldest surviving residential building in Sydney. Pretty cool. It's not open to public anymore, but what I think is feel cooler is that the water used to come all the way up to here, and now it's all the way over there. And the government just reclaimed the land back, or the seas, and made Circular Quay over there. So, but it's really cool to see that it's still standing over here. This here is a fossil tree, meaning they thought it was extincted. Extinct? They thought this tree was extinct, and somehow somebody found it still alive in Australia. Not knowing that it was considered as a very special species, and brought it back to from the Blue Mountains back to Sydney, and did some research and found out that this tree was supposedly not to be around on Earth anymore. And now if you want to see them with your bare eyes, you can go to there, but it's so secretly that they fly you blinded in a helicopter, and you have no clue where you are, and then you can see the tree and take a picture of it. Pretty cool story, and cool that it's still alive, and that's why it's surrounded by these things over here.
Shutting it down when I pop out. Riding downtown with the top down. Sun's got everybody out now. Yeah. Riding with my girls looking so good. Playing my song feeling so good. Only good vibes in my book. Yeah. All we wanna do is have a good time. I'm really loving the vibe.
Foundation Park is a bit of a secret gem. In fact, many Sydneysiders have never visited. The site is the remains of 8 terrace houses built in the late 1870s. In the early 1970s, the area was preserved and turned into a park.
This train will stop at Circular Quay.
Guys, this is probably one of the coolest subway platforms with incredible views here in Circular Quay. on platform 2, so make sure to check that out because you have a great view of the 2 most iconic buildings in Sydney.
Now standing on top or in front of the Opera House, just depending on what point of view it is. And New Year's Eve we stood there waiting for the fireworks to happen. Then finally the most iconic building of Australia, the Opera House. To see the inside you need to pay for a tour or pay a visit to the toilets. Make sure to visit the inside and take the elevator.
There's no ceiling! What? So weird. Ew, die doen!
Drinking all night, got into a fight.
Another fun neighborhood in Sydney, Darlinghurst. I really like that. Nearby Potts Point as well, or maybe the same, I don't even know. You have King's Cross, a lot of places to eat, museums, but it's a bit steep, so you need to climb up if you are at downtown.
Well, I feel so break up. I wanna go home.
Taking a trip down memory lane, this was the first hostel I stayed when I first came to Sydney.
Broke up the people strong. Constable had to come and take him away. Sheriff Johnstone, why don't you leave me alone? Well, I feel so break up. I wanna go home. Hoist up the John D. sails. See how the mainsail set. Call for the captain ashore. Let me go home. Let me go home. I want to go home. I wanna go home. Why don't you let me go home? Well, I feel so break up. I wanna go home. I want to go home. Well, the poor cook, he caught me fits. Throw away all of my grits. Then he took and he ate up all of my corn. Let me go home. I wanna go home.
Just had dinner and some sweet at Darling Harbour. We really enjoy this neighborhood. It's really vivid and there's a lot to see and to do and just to hang around, walk around. A lot of food options for very different budgets. Yeah, so make sure to check this out because it's just a really cool vibe. We loved it. We actually came a couple of times. Don't forget to come to Courtosh. There are 2 at Darling Harbour. That's for something sweet, or a coffee or cappuccino. I don't like the coffee here that much, but I really enjoyed the Courtosh and the other cakes, and we ate a bunch of them.
Good choice, good choice. We're heading to Spice Alley, and that's where the magic happens. I heard, because there is lots of food markets which we love to taste and see. So come on, let's find out if it's really that spicy.
You got what I need, sipping on the potion.
Out for the hands for food.
What do you have?
Pork belly. Good? Real crispy.
Crispy, spicy, but not too. It's really good.
You're like a centerfold. Ooh, that sugar sweet. You got what I need, sipping on the potion. All that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, tested by the motion. Loving is devotion.
So we like Spice Alley that much. We came for a second time to try something else. And we have the dumplings and the pancakes and a couple more things that are coming our way. So let's see. They are fried. Yep. Good. A bit crazy, but they are good. Oei.
Good?
Really good. You're going to like this one. Yeah.
We're back again at our eating spot for the third time. Third time.
Ooh, that sugar sweet. You got what I need, sipping on the potion. All that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, tested by the
After Spice Alley, we often went for a little dessert at the same place you have seen in the beginning.
We like cookies so much. Da, 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 Roti. Let's see. You're gonna like this. It tastes like Dutch pancakes.
Oh.
Cheers.
Good.
What's up?
What's up?
We just had dinner at Don't Indian, because I'm trying to convince Kenny to go to India and to enjoy it.
You don't have to convince me, you always make me do things. So, yeah.
But how was the food?
Good. It was delicious. We had some vegan butter chicken and tasted real good. Yeah, not too spicy to be honest. So that's well, good. Yeah, tastes really good. So I really recommend go there. There's also a lively atmosphere going on. The decoration was very nice. So yeah, good place to eat.
We are here at Alexandria Grounds of Alexandria, sorry. And they decorated like festive seasons and stuff like that through the whole year. So let's check it out. Christmas. Making our way to the bakery. We went to this tiny bakery and it's really good. They have some tables outside, but unfortunately they were all taken. So yeah. Anyhow, yeah. Sandwich. They make sandwiches, coffee.
Oh man.
Good, right?
Crunchy, tender chicken. Wow, perfect. Old-fashioned hands.
Sydney has more food options. Even for budget travelers, it's not hard to find something good for a sweet price. Especially Chinatown and Newton are budget-friendly places. We also really like to eat at places in Surrey Hill, less budget-friendly.
Something casual, and you got that wonder.
Find that from online burger. Yep.
They have some incredible malls and stores.
I can't get enough.
Shopping, or in our case, mostly window shopping. We also wandered around in the big malls. Like, no, we don't need this, but it's fun to look around and compare prices with back home.
We are here at Pitt Street Mall. Funny story, it was bought by Westfield, the whole street. They renovated it, but there was one family that didn't want to sell. And you actually can see that because Westfield renovated everything and did everything in glass style. and they still have bricks. So in between those streets, it's funny to see. But we are making our way to the biggest Lego store in the world.
Don't forget all the smaller boutique
Here
or
he is.
vintage stores. They are impressive as well. To be honest, you find them almost all over town. But if you don't want to search for it, then it's easy to start at Newton. And here it is, the biggest Lego store in the world. It's fun to have a look or make your own Lego figure like we did.
So I just got my first Lego passport. Happens to be that in Lego stores they will give you a stamp. I do it in Europe, they do it here in Australia and in Japan and China I think. And you can go to a Lego store and then you can collect several stamps, which is, in my opinion, very cool.
There is more. Sydney has many markets you can visit. Some just downtown, other just a bit further away. It's a fun and cheap activity. And who knows, maybe you find yourself a nice souvenir.
We're heading now to the Sydney Cricket Ground, where we're going to watch our first cricket match ever. Never been to a cricket match, so I'm very curious about how the vibe is. It's a test game between Australia and Pakistan, which are big countries in the cricket sport. So let's find out how the vibe is. We arrived at the stadium and we're now heading in.
We also did a couple of activities that require a small or big budget. One of the things we really enjoyed was the cricket match. Such a cool and relaxed vibe. For us it was funny to see that everyone sits mixed together. Back in Europe, especially when we talk about football, this would be impossible. Another thing that was strange for us, everyone was bringing his own food and drinks from home. If we only knew.
So, we can conclude that we are fans. Yes.
And that was our first match ever of cricket and we really enjoyed it. At the end of the game you could even go on the field, what was pretty cool because how often happened that, except for polo that I know of. So yeah, that was really cool and I would love to go to another match someday. Oh, and what I also really liked, well, for this match it was Australia against Pakistan, and the Pakistani people they cheered for both parties, so I don't know what's that, but that was really cool to see. It was a great atmosphere. Check it out if there are cricket matches in Sydney or Melbourne, Perth or any of the big cities, because it's really fun.
A more active activity is doing one of the many walks. We did the Manly to Spit walk and the Bondi to Coogee walk.
Heading to Manly with ferry.
A big bonus for the first one is that we needed to take the ferry. First thing first, some fuel for the walk. And?
Very soft
Okay.
and sweet. You're gonna like it.
It's a 10 km walk. Not that hard, just make sure to follow the right path. Because sometimes you can take another direction and it might take you long. To be honest, after 5 kilometers it's starting to get a little bit boring for us. We don't always have amazing views, and the biggest disappointment, at the end there's simply nothing. It feels like an anticlimax. We took the bus back to the ferry.
So, after walking for about 3.5 hours, we definitely deserve this coconut. Tastes delicious after this long, warm walk. Now, let's head back to Sydney, at the city centre. Today we are at the famous Bondi Beach and we're going to do the Bondi Beach to Coogee walk. So, let's head up and find out what the fuss is about.
Doing the Bondi Coogee walk is a must. It's so nice and beautiful, even if you've done it before and even on cloudy days. It's a 6 kilometers and pretty easy walk. Whenever it becomes too hot, you can dive in the sea. We passed along so many great beaches. Oh yes, we also saw this. Like what? Anyhow, we decided to stay dry until our final destination, Kochi.
We made it to the end of our walk. We're here at Kochi and we're gonna take a dive. So it was a beautiful walk, so to say, along the coastal. And to be honest, we compared it a little bit to the walk we did prior. That was the Manly to Spit walk. Our preference was that this was more beautiful because you really walk along the coastline. It was also a bit easier to walk. So for us, this was number one. So, we are going to take a dive.
Then the best for last. Well, almost. It was someone's birthday. We did something very cool. It was just the best.
Yeah, birthday girl.
Birthday! We are going to do the bridge climb in Sydney. It's a birthday present to myself. And I take Kenny with me, of course. Unfortunately, we cannot film on the bridge. We cannot take the GoPro with us. So here are some pictures that you can see that we went on it. But yeah, we are excited.
Happy birthday.
Woo -hoo.
Happy birthday!
Woo! So another good thing to do in Sydney if you're on a budget, sorry, I'm looking into the sun, you can go to various museums. A lot of them are for free actually. That's quite, for us from the Netherlands, it's quite unique. So make sure to check a couple of them out, and it's also a really good activity if it's raining. Museum number 2. What an amazing museum! If you're in Sydney, if you want to do a free experience, go to the Barracks Museum. It's so cool and it's free.
Hi. I was just wondering what the story was, because on Google it says
you will learn a lot about the history, a lot about the convicts over here. Yeah, so check that out. Another free museum you can find in Sydney is at the Rucks Discovery Museum. And it's more about the history of Sydney before the Europeans arrived here. Let's have a look. Another museum in a park, the Observatory, Sydney Observatory, and unfortunately it's closed for today. It's also a free one and it's really cool. I already been there a couple years ago and it's worth your time. And if you don't like museums or you don't want to go to it, it's absolutely worth it to check the view in the park. So don't skip this one.
We're standing now for the MCA, the Museum of Contemporary Art of Australia. This is a museum located near the harbour and it's free, but we are definitely for something else here, at least I am.
We had one more activity before leaving Sydney. Just a quick stop at Luna Park. We wanted to enjoy the ferry once more, never getting tired of these views. Sydney is amazing. Yes, there are more places to eat, more neighborhoods with a great vibe, more nice beaches and much more. It's just a huge city to explore. It's one of our favorite cities in the world. They have so much to offer, yet with a relaxing vibe. We cannot wait to go back. But wait, didn't you come here for New Year's Eve? Yes, we did, but we made a whole special video about that one, so check that out. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, we would appreciate your thumbs up. Longer for more? Don't forget to subscribe. Till next video.